last time we have around 17.6 million we are waiting for. We sent a schedule to the ministry for 46 people. The reconciliation, what is showing is that we need an additional of about 99 plus that 17. So we almost need 120 million. That's the reconciliation that we are currently doing. But largely, in terms of payment, like I've said, we've paid around 95% of all the people. No, that is the money. The money we've distributed 95%. But in terms of numbers of people, we've paid around 80% of the people. Let me just leave it there because we still have a lot to see. I think what we've decided today, we wanted to see the infrastructure, which is largely on the CIR side. So this is where we have a lot of those technical terms, the intake, the backflow. I think all this area we've acquired all the way up to that part, Huko. It's all acquired. Any place here that is you see has been acquired. I think even this homestead up to somewhere there, it's all acquired. The backflow, all this area, these were homesteads which were removed. Some of these people have not been paid, Madam CEO, including the chairman, Mr. James Mumbo. He told me to put across his case to you. Now, Mumbo is a pub and is also the chair. So his land was taken. He had taken a loan from a body that went moribund. It doesn't exist. But now there's a charge on his title. So we are not able to pay him. So being the chairman, he was forced to give away his land. Because now if he refuses it and is the chairman, it becomes very hard to implement the project. So he gave out his land. We are not able to pay him because it's a very technical thing. Another place here, I think there's a gentleman who went to the UK in 1989. Yes, so we have also not paid the land. So in this area, I think those are the two major cases, besides succession, which is the usual case. Then I think when we go, the court cases are not within the commission. So the commission so far, it has been very quiet. Where we might find some problem is on the lower part on Busia, where quite a number of them have not been paid because most of the infrastructure is here. This project started way back in December of 2017. That was the first time when we did the Gazette, though the instruction came a bit earlier. When we started, this place was a bush. There was nothing here. So owing to the size of the project, because it is both in Nzoia County and in Busia County, we came up with component. It was divided into blocks. And Mr. Mumbo there and the official, Mr. Mumbo is actually the block chair, block 1. So the entire stretch, we have 14 blocks. From here all the way to the dike section, 14 blocks. It has taken us almost 9 years now to acquire this. In terms of land acquisition, we've acquired almost 560 acres when combined. Inquiries, we've held 11. Kenya Gazette, we've published almost 33. We have 33 Kenya Gazettes from 2017 to date, and some are still coming. In terms of payment, we have about 5,600 pubs. That's the entire number. Currently, we are looking at having paid 4,500, which is about 80%. In terms of money, the entire project costs in terms of acquisition around 1.6 billion. We've paid around 1.5. So that is around 95% of the money has been paid to the people who are affected. Right now, we are doing reconciliation. We started it about a month ago. We did send a template to the ministry, and I think engineer is here together with their accountants. We are working on analyzing the figures. Major challenge across this project has been succession. Nearly all the people are registered in terms of ownership. Almost 90% of the people, when you do search, they are all deceased. But the ministry came up with an idea. We had a consultant who was undertaking succession for the people, so that's why things moved a bit faster. Owing to the issue of grievances committee members, issues of disputes which used to arise, they were mostly sorted ground level. Out of the 5,600, I think we only had 3 cases that went to court. 2 were between family members. One sued the commission in a block called block 11, but the commission won. Another challenge that we experienced here was something called redesign. They will tell you, we want the project to touch here. Then when it comes to implementing that, it will change. So when you change when people had already been given hope. So we had around 4 such a kind of cases. We have a case in block 4, we have a case in block 6, we have a case in block 8, and we have a case in block 11, where the initial design had to change. So you know when it changes abruptly, it now takes you back. That is why it took a bit of some time to implement. In terms of implementation, again, when we started, both the locals and the ministry seemed not to understand the NLC procedures. So people just thought like when you come, then in a week's time, people are paid. So that was a major challenge. We worked under a lot of pressure. So we started with the intake. This is the uppermost part of this project. Then we were moved to the site offices, which are almost like 20 kilometers away. Then we went to the dikes. So we kept on moving up and down. Eventually, I think in 2020, we started in block 1, which is where Mr. Mumbo is. Then we moved a bit progressively all the way to block 14. So currently, I know what is happening is because of the design of this project, at times it is designed, they implement it, then they require, we need additional land after it's like that. Like I think in this area where the Tinga is, that person is 1198, Uligega. He has not been paid. And what happened was when we came, it was already cleared. So when we came to do inspection, there was nothing you can see. But the guy comes and tells you had so many, there was a house, there was a tree, there were trees, there were this. So you, as a valuer, you don't see that. But again, you don't want to not to believe what the person is telling you. So issues of speculation also came in.
For the Commission, I think largely what we are mandated to do is to provide land to compensate, timely compensation. And I'm happy that the way the project valuer actually put it is very right, that we have close to 1.5 billion now has been paid out. We have requested from the reconciliation which was done by the joint team, we are requesting about, we've requested about 108 million from the ministry. So we're waiting for, if we get 108, then that will be able to sort. I know that the issue of the chairman and the rest, we have about 70 million, which is payment in progress. Probably Kaunda, you'll be able to check from the list whether he's among the ones about to be paid, which now will be able to pay by end of next week. So I think from the rest, the progress has been good. And chairman, commissioners, in matters of land compensation, we take utmost due diligence. Time, of course, of essence because of the anxiety, but also on our side, accountability is the key. And accountability is always advanced by the valuers on the ground. So we are happy that a project of this magnitude has no issues, of course, apart from the family disputes and the missing pups, which we have no control over it. But from our end, I'm happy with the progress we've done as a commission.
We have worked with the NLC, obviously as partners in terms of land acquisition, and that one has really assisted. It has really enabled us to be able to continue with the works, because you know, if you don't pay the people, obviously you cannot be able to execute the work. So through our partnership and collaboration with the NLC, and particularly Kaunda and his entire team, we have been able to really pay billions in terms of resettlement fees for beneficiaries or for the affected persons along this main canal, all the way to the Busia side, and also for the flood management part. So on the Busia side, we did what is referred to as dike enhancement and improvement of dikes. Total length was 34 kilometers, 17 kilometers on both sides. And that one, basically, since we finished those dikes, there has not been an incident of flooding in Budalangi. So that intervention has been essentially also a life-changing intervention. And according to our estimates, 60,000 people are able to be free from the effects of flooding, displacement, and everything else. So this intervention has been done. It has been complete. It has been handed over to National Water Harvesting and Storage Authority as the executing agency, and it has been beneficial, and the benefits are tangible. Even if you take a survey amongst the people, I've never, in the media, obviously, some time back you would have, every time there's a rainy season in that region, you'd be hearing that guys are being displaced. I don't know, people are suffering. But for now, for several years, I think starting from around 2019 up to now, that place has been secure so far. So those are some of the benefits, the upsides of what we have been able to do. It is our wish as the State Department that SDI will be able to actualize what has been envisaged for this Nzoia irrigation project.
Majina naitwa Julius Tarus.
Wonderful. Mikelo no? Ama inakwanga hivi. Por favor,